Hello and welcome back to Spekd. Today I'm going to be opening up, or should I say reopening, the Blackstone Fortress expansion, the Dreaded Ambull. Now you guys know I love Blackstone Fortress and I've been playing it for a while, and I did buy this set as soon as it came out. But because I hadn't progressed that far in a mission for storming the Blackstone Fortress, I didn't actually want to start opening this up and showing you the contents until we kind of ventured in. And now that we've done our first stronghold, which the video will be up for mission number 6, I'm happy to go through this because this is the next mission that we'll be going through anyway. Now there will be some spoilers in here, so I'm not going to absorb it too much. I'm going to flick through some of the things. You can take your time, have a look, and that's fine. But let's take a start. Now, this expansion came in a small little package, and it is a highly shiny box, kind of about the size of the Unbox. It's fairly thick, nice design, and this image is taken from the back of the cards from the Blackstone Fortress, so they were already telling you that this character or this Ambull was going to be in it. We've got the details on content. Now this is standard for the expansion packs, which will give you 1 or 2 models. They'll give you new missions, which is here. They'll give you additional rules, combat cards, encounter cards, challenge cards, and additional tokens. That's pretty good. Now you do need the original Blackstone Fortress to be able to play this, so you can't just play it on its own. So now some of the things in here might be slightly different to how they were originally, because as I said, I've opened it up before, and I've actually even painted it, which you would have seen in community videos. So here's a guide, the assembly guide, the instructions which come along. So just in case you've lost yours, there's the instructions. It's quite simple, straightforward. I found it very easy. Same with the grubs, it wasn't a problem, the bollworm infestations. Stats and capabilities, so you can use them in Warhammer 40k, and you could probably use them in Kill Team if they had a points total. There you go, so you can get away with that. We've got our colour schemes, which is brilliant. Some people are afraid of mixing colours together to make your own, but like legitimately there's no reason why you couldn't. Let's have a look here. We have the mission itself. So that's the layer of the beast. I'm not going to spend too much time looking too hard on this, because you will have to do the access route, which is shuffle all the cards as we did before with the stronghold, which I mentioned before. So once you get through there, that should be fairly easy. If it's anything like last run that I had on the stronghold, be there in minutes. You have the event table, which is unique to every expansion for that particular challenge, condition and rewards. And one of the things I really love about Blackstone Fortress is that secret reward. You don't know what's in there until you've played the game and conquered it, if you play it properly. You could always just open it up, but I'm not that guy. We have the lore and background and information on the Ambull, which is like a little story piece there. I mean, this touches on the level of roleplay with what they're doing here, which is really good. And as you start to play the characters, you really do become ingrained. So you've got the contents, which we're going to see anyway. The markers for the cards that you can use only for the Dreaded Ambull, and the other cards that you can take out from the set and use within the base Blackstone Fortress. So that's one of the advantages they have. So they talk about Ambulls, what they're for, the life cycle, what the quest is about. I mean, I can see, Janice talking to Greg about this and being like, look, do you want to go and capture this Ambull? It might match my pelt that I've got on my shoulder. And he runs off and goes and grabs Rain and Rouse and his pilot. Yes, it's going to be awesome. But anyway, that's who I'm going to send into this mission anyway. So you've got the special entrances, side tunnels come into play, and tactics that you can use. You've got the Ambull freaking out, getting extra fighty. All the quest details. I'm not reading this, I'm just skimming it because I don't want to read it until I do it. And there's additional content there. So I like the way they've got a bit of story. They've really given you a little hefty book here to go through, make you feel comfortable. You've got a new facility there, which we're going to see, which is added in. Now before I get to the models, let's have a look at the cards and tokens. So we've got a few tiles here. So we've got a new ship tile which is added to the precipice. So you've got it in its unrepaired mode. Sorry, yeah, it's repaired or repairing, or under construction, correction, and it's finished mode. You have egg tiles and corridor tiles, and you also have egg tokens because you're meant to carry these off. Let's get these out. Additional bits, and yes, they do supply you with this little bag. This is really good. So we have our tokens, our quest tokens. Sorry, excuse the noise in the background there. So you can see in there, that doesn't actually come with it, that belongs to the other set. I was looking for that the other day. There you go. So there's the tokens, those back in the bag. We have our discovery cards. So because this is a separate like mission, you could play this individually. They give you discovery cards just to use for this set, but you can actually combine them again, and actually they have a different value within the main Blackstone Fortress game set. So they've got an architect rule there, so it might not be a case that you can use it within the game system, but you can still spend it, so to speak. It talks about that more in the book, and there's quite a few discovery cards there. You've got your encounter card, or sorry, your exploration cards. You've got your challenge and your combat cards, and you select from these rather than going through the whole deck. But once you're done, you can place in these cards into the main deck itself. So you might actually be in the Blackstone Fortress and encounter the Ambull again, which is a horrible idea to think of, depending upon its state. There's more tokens there dropping out from everywhere. We have our encounter cards. There should be a few more, I think. Nope, that's it. So these get added to the main deck. So if you're going back into Blackstone Fortress and you want to leave the expansion items in there, which are marked by those, you can just drop these straight in. I actually like that they've got different events there as well. That's really good. So we have our bollworm infestation and the Ambull itself. So you can see they're quite tough characters. The bollworm actually acts to attack any and anything which is near it. The Ambull would just, again, it's kind of like a neutral creature unless otherwise specified. Don't get in close quarter combat with this guy. 16 wounds. Crazy. Now he does have an enraged state, which is a rage state is absolutely ridiculous, and I would stay miles away from him because that's just dangerous. I should send Abilene after him, but let's just face it. If you've seen the last mission, you know what you can do, but I'm not going to do that. It'd be too easy. The treasure card, which I love, I haven't opened it yet. Do not open until the Ambull's lair quest has been completed. Oh, I'm so good, I'm not going to open it. I've had this all that time and I haven't opened it. But I do look forward to doing so. But this will all be the next mission. Hopefully I haven't spoiled anything in there. Now, this is really good that they've actually provided this stuff here, which is great. But what they've also done recently in the White Dwarf magazines, just double checking here, it's in July and, let's have a quick look, June and July 2019, they've actually supplied another kind of supplement. Ow, my leg! No, I'm kidding. And it's like another mission. So it's like another part of the story which includes the Ambull. Now this is the reason why I didn't go through these White Dwarf magazines, because I didn't want to spoil this information before we get into it for those that watch the channel. I thought you would appreciate that. If you're interested in have a look, feel free to have a look, but I'm not really going to flick through the other one because it is a mission. I think that's really clever because you get to utilize this again, not just in the main set of the Blackstone Fortress, not just in the actual mission itself and with the expansion with the new characters, but you also get support supplements to use the characters again. Now, that in itself kind of like reinvigorates the whole game itself, which is really nice little touch. Kind of acts like an expansion in itself, which is really kind of very clever. It can bring back new life to the whole game and can change up something that's quite static. With each expansion, obviously it will remain fresh for that moment, but normally when you play for an expansion, it's kind of done. But with this, I think it works really well when you include the white dwarfs. Now, here is the Ambull. Get him up close there. I was able to paint him up using the base tutorial as well for the lines on the base there, and you see his lovely gloss he's got in his shell. That was used by using a combination, or done by using a combination of the warpstone colours or the gem paints, kind of diluting them and just kind of dropping them on top, so you've got like this kind of purplish greenish tinge on his carapace. I did the same for the ball worms there. If it's any clearer there, they're so small it's just tricky. They remind me of like little tyrannids, the ripper swarms. I wonder if they're related in some kind of way. Anything's possible in a Blackstone Fortress. So that's the character. He's actually quite large when you consider how big that is. Either way, tell me what you think of this expansion. I will be playing through this expansion, as I mentioned before, sooner rather than later, especially with the Chaos Cultist stuff coming up soon. You know, the guardsman to guards the guardsman, so to speak. Anyway, as I said, let me know what you think. This has been Spekd. If you want to have a look at more Blackstone Fortress videos, you can check here, or you can obviously have a look at the painting tutorial, which is right back here. Either way, I've enjoyed my time, hope you've enjoyed yours. PC out. This little one says, Ambull, Ambull, Ambull.